Well, at 45, I suffered a turf toe injury. I would say mine was pretty bad. As the years went by, mine got to a point where it really did begin to affect my everyday life. What quickly became apparent was the difference between poor stem cells and really, really great stem cells. And everybody on this team that CPI has down here is just first class. I'm able to move and do some things now that I certainly have not been able to do before. I'm Josh Rankins. I'm the co-owner of Resilient Health and Performance in Nashville, Tennessee. I am 50 years old right now. Well, at 45, I suffered a turf toe injury. I was there playing football with my two kids, 13 and 9 at the time, running on turf, and I did not have the proper footwear on. It was completely sort of an unexpected encounter. So think of turf toe as a hyperextension injury. So the toe gets sort of bent, back, if kind of in that nature, right? And then if there's any sort of lateral movement to it, it can also involve ligamentous attachment, tendinous attachment, muscle to the bone. I would say mine was pretty bad. As the years went by, I wasn't able to load that joint in any way. So I wasn't able to run, I wasn't able to jump, I wasn't able to lunge, I wasn't able to push a sled, I wasn't able to do a lot of these things, and traditional steroid injection, things like that I was just like, this isn't the right stuff to be doing. But you get kind of desperate. Having two boys that are active and we get along fabulously and we love to be together, I couldn't do everything I wanted to do with them. And then lastly, mine got to a point where it really did begin to affect my everyday life. Doing what I do professionally, I spend, 8, 9 hours a day on my feet. It was getting worse every year, but that last year I was just like, this is getting ridiculous. What quickly became apparent was the difference between poor stem cells and really, really great stem cells. There's a huge range out there, and I think it's important for people to know that they're getting the very best that are out there. My wonderful wife, Amy, came with me the first time I came down. And then when we got picked up in San Diego, the very first interaction we had with our driver was a positive one. We get across the border and we drive to the clinic and we pull up and you got 4 or 5 different people greeting you outside, shaking your hand. And then you go into the clinic and then there's more people in there that are just there to really care for you and serve you. And everybody on this team that CPI has down here, they're just great. I mean, the whole process is just first class. I'm able to move and do some things now that I certainly have not been able to do before.
Initially, we decided to treat him. He got symptom-wise, he got much better, is not bothering him as it used to.
My interaction with the doctor today on my follow-up was very good. She basically took a brief, history, a summary of my findings for myself, and I reported that I was doing really well. And I know I'm going here this afternoon to get my follow-up MRI. She's going to decide if I should get another injection directly into the involved joint or if I should just do the stem cells intravenously. I've had such great results from the first time that I'm hoping this second thing really takes it to yet another level. Professionally, I'm able to work without wondering if my foot's gonna hurt when I go into my office in the morning. From a family perspective, definitely able to do more things with, my kids. And then personally, there's some things that I want to accomplish athletically too. I'm involved in some different competitions. There's one called DECA, D-E-K-A, and I've been able to do some things within that competition I would not have been able to do before. And there's another one that I'm very interested in doing as well, called High Rocks. So I have plans to do that in early 2024.